and welcome to MC in Focus, a weekly newscast produced by the students of Advanced Broadcast Journalism at Montgomery College. I'm Lillian Mess.
And I'm Tom Plyman. Earth Day is officially April 22nd this year, but what started as a day of activism has turned into a week-long celebration of our planet. Wednesday at Freedom Plaza in Washington, the spirit of Earth Day was in full swing. Businesses, political agencies, activists, and musicians came out to promote green causes and help save the planet, and show others how they could do it too. The festival was attended by tourists, environmentalists, and even people on their lunch breaks. Vendors and musicians teamed up to hopefully get out the Go Green message. A variety of pamphlets, CDs, and flyers were available promoting green causes of all kinds, from everything from the Capitol bike share to Save the Bay, and coupons for planet-friendly local businesses could be found there.
High tides in the Potomac led to flooding in the district this past Monday. No other place had been hit harder than the Georgetown waterfront. Nearby buildings and businesses were flooded and had to be evacuated. Cleanup crews and a disaster team had been pumping water out of the building throughout the week. Local businesses had been hoping to be open for the Easter weekend, but with cleanup underway and without power, that won't be an option. According to businesses owner, it could take weeks before any of the buildings are ready to reopen. All the damage could have been prevented if all the walls were erected before. It is still unknown why the flood walls were not put up in the first place.
This past Monday, former mayor of Baltimore and governor of Maryland, William Donald Schaefer, died at the age of 89. He served 4 terms of mayor of Baltimore from 1971 to 1987 and also played an instrumental role in the development of the Inner Harbor, which has become an iconic landmark of Baltimore. In 1986, he was elected the 58th governor of Maryland. During this time, he played a vital role in the construction of Camden Yards, as well as the light rail train that runs through the heart of Baltimore City. His funeral will be held on Wednesday, April 27 at the Old St. Paul's Episcopal Church in Baltimore. He will be dearly missed by the state of Maryland for all of his contributions.
The students in free enterprise at Montgomery College held a fundraiser this Wednesday. The money went towards a third world investment project called the One Hand Project.
The One Hand Project, we want to educate kids and pretty much just our community on what microloaning is, microfinance, and how that affects third world entrepreneurs. What we're doing right now, we're doing a fundraiser for Kiva, which is a website that connects people, potential lenders, with people in need, and it creates a global lending community. We're doing a fundraiser to put more money in our account for Kiva, and so we can loan more money to people around the world.
For more information about the students in free enterprise and the One Hand Project, you can go to www.montgomerycollege.edu and type the One Hand Project in the search box.
Another who's going to need some help is George Hughley from Chevy Chase. The lacrosse player from the University of Virginia is now facing charges of first-degree murder after police found his former girlfriend, Yardley Love, brutally beaten in her Charlottesville apartment a year ago. The first-degree murder charges against Hughley are one step down from the death penalty and carry a minimum of 20 years to life in prison. Hughley's attorney is seeking a plea bargain and said that the death was an accident with a tragic outcome. Love's family issued a statement saying that they have faith in the justice system and trust that truth will prevail.
Wednesday was an interesting day for the nation's lagging economy. The National Association of Realtors announced home sales were strong in February. The industry group said sales increased 3.7% from February to March. That means for 6 of the past 8 months, the home sales have been risen. In contrast, Standard & Poor's threatened to downgrade U.S. debt the same day. The financial services company said that U.S. could potentially lose its AAA bond rating because AAA bond rating because of a growing national deficit.
This Sunday is Easter, and you know what that means. While shopping at the grocery store this week, you'll notice that the candy section has grown twice the size and contains a much larger variety of goodies than usual, from milk chocolate bunnies to large yellow-shaped Chick-shaped marshmallows, the Easter candy aisle almost always has something for everyone to enjoy. Easter is the second most important candy-eating occasion of the year for Americans, who consumed almost 7 billion pounds of candy in 2010. One of the most talked about candies is the Easter Peep, which is a marshmallow covered in dye, shaped like a chick, a rabbit, or an egg. Each Easter season, Americans buy more than 700 million marshmallow Peeps, making them the most popular non-chocolate Easter candy.
Coming up, we'll talk to Provost Dr. Judy Ackerman on the New Science Center and Earth Day.
And we'll see what's coming up in this weekend's weather. And of course, we have Spencer Taylor with sports. Now for these student-produced messages.
Geek chic. Look smart. Look stylish. Made from 100% recycled computer parts. Good for the environment. Good for you. Geek chic accessories can be found at the trendy Miss Pixie on 14th Street in DC, or by emailing geekchic1014@gmail.com. It's the smart choice.
Today is Earth Day, and to commemorate Earth Day, MC in Focus reporter Danny Shook went out and talked to the Provost, Dr. Judy Ackerman, about Earth Day.
In case you didn't know, Earth Day is celebrated twice a year. The first celebration was on March 30th. It started as the idea by peace activist John McConnell. The second Earth Day was on April 22nd. This was established by U.S. Senator Gaylord Nelson. The second celebration was known as World Earth Day. Both celebrations have become annual events of great significance for millions of people around the world. Montgomery College Vice President and Provost Judy Ackerman has some insightful information on how Montgomery College is helping out the environment.
For many years, Montgomery College Rockville campus has had activities on campus about Earth Day. We typically have our student life group invite various vendors and organizations.
Dr. Ackerman is very excited about Montgomery College's newest and most earth-friendly building.
The new Rockville Science Building is getting ready to open fairly soon. It's been in planning for quite a long time. We're delighted that it will increase the size of the laboratories and increase the number of laboratories. So there'll be 29 laboratories in the new building, which means down the road we'll be able to have more sections of biology and chemistry.
The new Science Center has been earth-friendly from the start.
It's going to be Montgomery College's first LEED certified building. With LEED certification, you get points for materials you use, for the way you do your construction, for how you use the building to educate people about earth-friendly and sustainability. There's solar panels on the roof of the building, and although they don't supply a huge amount of electricity, they will supply some and will allow all of us to learn about solar panels and what they can do.
What do you think everyone should be doing to help out the environment?
I think we need to think about what we do. It's very easy to jump in your car and do one errand and come home and then jump in your car and do another. So certainly we should be planning our trips in the car so that we're maximizing them and reducing the number of them. When it's possible, a lot of people like to bike. I see more bikers out at this time of the year because the weather is usually a little bit better. We've added many more bike racks on campus, many near the new building, but other bike racks in other places on campus. All Montgomery College students have the option of taking the ride-on bus because with your student ID, you also can ride on 24/7 for free. So would certainly encourage people to use the ride-on more, other public transportation.
What are the special features that the building has, and what purposes do they serve?
Some of the other features of the building, although there's a lot of glass in the building. The glass is well insulated.
When can we expect the new building to open?
Right now, we're anticipating that we will be holding some of the chemistry classes there this summer. We're planning a move very carefully because once we move biology, chemistry, and the physics, engineering, and geoscience department into the new building, we will be moving everyone else out of Science-E so that we can renovate that building. And so the timing of who moves when is so that we can prepare Science West for math classes that will be displaced from Science East. But we're hoping by fall all of these sciences will be in the new building. One of the things that I'd like to add about this is the whole emphasis that we've had at Montgomery College on recycling. When I became vice president and provost 7 years ago, one of the first things I asked the facilities director, Mr. Tarver, was how much recycling we do on campus. And he let me know that Montgomery College regularly wins awards because we recycle a significant amount. At first it was just in the offices and we had recycling bins, but when you walk around the campus, you have blue bins and you have silver bins for commingled materials, and these are part of what we're doing to be good citizens of the county and of the earth.
Make sure you have your umbrellas ready because it's going to be another wet and wild weekend. We will see rain all day today and will continue to rain into the evening. The highs will be in the low 50s, and tonight we will see lows in the mid 40s. Tomorrow we will have more rain to deal with and maybe even a thunderstorm or two with highs in the upper 60s. Tomorrow night it should clear up and become mostly cloudy with lows in the upper 50s. Sunday will be warm with highs in the upper 70s, but don't put that umbrella away just yet. There could be more rain and thunderstorms showing up on Sunday afternoon. No worries for Sunday night though. We can expect clear skies with a low of 56.
The Cats keeps on their playoff dreams. Baseball in DC is going strong, and you'll never guess who will be the Grand Marshal at the Baltimore Grand Prix. With that and more news in sports, here's Spencer Taylor.
Thanks, Lillian. Yes, the Caps continue their postseason run in their bid to make it past the first round this year. The Caps currently lead the New York Rangers 3-1 thanks to a double overtime win from Jason Chimera on Wednesday night. The two teams continue their series tomorrow night at the Verizon Center here in DC as the Caps look to knock off the Rangers and hopefully make it to the Eastern Conference semifinals. Also from the Capitals front, coach Bruce Boudreau has come out against the Rangers after a hard hit to the head of Caps defenseman Mike Green in Game 1. Boudreau says the hit was dirty, but so far the NHL has not brought any penalties or fines for the hit. Green missed the final 20 games of the regular season after suffering a concussion back in February during a game then against none other than the Rangers. Moving on to some outdoor fun with America's pastime, baseball season continues to roll on. The Baltimore Orioles, after what seemed like a positive start to the season, have fallen to 8-10 after an 8-game slump. Of course, it's still too early in the season to start making predictions, but the O's might want to start playing like they did the first week of the season again. The Nationals are playing much like the Nationals tend to do, though. The team sits 9-9 after going 1-2 in the 3-game series against the St. Louis Cardinals. They currently sit in third place in the NL East. And the streets of Baltimore will be a little noisier this fall at the first annual Baltimore Grand Prix. The real news, though, is who has been announced as the Grand Marshal for the event: former Secretary of State General Colin L. Powell. General Powell will give the customary start your engine command to a field of the most famous IndyCar drivers, including Dario Franchitti, Will Power, Tony Kanaan, and many others. The Grand Prix takes place September 2nd through 4th. Back to you guys.
Thank you for tuning in and MC in Focus. I'm Lillian Mass.
And I'm Tom Plyman. Here is some footage of the Earth Day celebration at Montgomery College. See you next week.